Full On Football is proudly sponsored by the friendly people at Divine Homes, who also bring you an exciting new range of home designs. Great places to build them in new Divine communities all around Adelaide, with inclusions other builders call extras.
And still with no deposit.
Divine Homes, proud to bring full-on football to you and a great lifestyle to families all around Adelaide. See us on display now at Lakeside, Salisbury and Ranella.
Here we go. All right.
Welcome back to Full On Football with our guest tonight, Ben Dale, coach of Seaford, and these two guys over here, absolute hilarious, Dean Kenrick and Ian Taylor from Adelaide Blue Eagles.
G'day.
Well done. Look, Dean, this is our Premier League segment. Now, obviously, you were down with Panthers. Football's tough down there, a bit tougher. Premier League's tough.
Yep.
You're a tough defender.
Oh, so I'm told.
Your temper can get the better of you at times.
I'm not as bad now. Settle down a bit.
Would that be because you went to anger management classes and learnt how to throw chairs?
You have been speaking to Mr. Schroeder, haven't you?
Have you?
I went to one and I think I got thrown out.
You got thrown out
Yeah.
because you threw a chair?
Oh,
Is that correct?
I think I swore at him.
You
or
swore at
something.
him?
I said something all through, so I can't remember.
Okay.
It was boring. he was telling me not to swear and not to do this, that, and I just thought...
Well, if
Nah.
it's in your nature, it's very
Yeah.
difficult to stop, isn't it?
Well, from Manchester, so it's, yeah.
Now, and speaking of Manchester, obviously you love your football, you love your Manchester United. Now, I'm wondering whether you can tell the people about the time when you actually fell out of the tree, spying on Man United.
Ian will tell you, he was there.
Come on, Ian, tell everyone about this little story.
Typical. No, it was just a typical day in Manchester, rainy. We just thought we'd forget it, we'd go and watch Man United train, but they don't let you within a mile of him watching him or anything, so the best vantage point is in a tree, which Dino tried to scale, like I say, and I think he was training at Rude. Van Nistelrooy was just on the pitch and Dino shouted him, and as Rude looks around, Dino slips out the tree, about 14 foot, on his back. Game over, and like I said, when all the players were coming out, Rude was like, "Was that you who fell out the tree?" And
Blood nose and all, eh?
Honestly, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
My other mate was laughing at hard that his nose blood.
Yeah,
He was in a tree about another 10 foot above me. And it was
the things you do, eh?
Well,
it was funny.
That is great passion for your football, and I love that, and it's fantastic that you've done something like that. Ian, you've obviously, well, both of you have grown up in a different football environment to what we have over here. I mean, it's really instilled in, it's like almost like a religion as people describe it.
Yeah.
Who were your heroes when you were growing up?
My personal hero is still playing to this day. Paul Scholes at Man United like I say, he's just typical professional, never in the newspapers, never stands out for anything, and he just gets on the pitch, does his business, and puts his league titles on the table. And Dino will tell you, when you go and watch that kid live, he's awesome. And it's just like when you watch all your professionals, when you go and watch Rooney or Ronaldo or anyone like that, it's just what you aspire to be. But obviously, you've got to go the hard route sometimes.
Yeah, exactly,
So,
exactly. It's not as easy as you think it is it? And you've
who
got
you
a
know
lot
these
more to
days,
compete with over there as well. I mean,
there's a lot of competition back home. Like you said, with the Unibond League, that's just like maybe 8th tier, and it goes all the way down to probably 16 tiers in English football. So there's a lot of competition back home, but it's good. Do you know what I mean? It keeps you on your toes, and if you slip, then you'll slip down the league. So.
What about yourself, Dean? Who was your hero?
oh, Keane Alpino. Roy Keane.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolute legend. He's my dad's hero as well, actually. I sort of followed my dad in that sense. He loved him. He loved Brian Robson, and then when Keano came along, he told me that Keano was a better player than Robson, which I thought, I believe him. And I watched him, and he was just amazing.
So let me ask, what do you think of when you get all these internationals coming into the side? So you have, I mean, like back in the late 70s, early 80s, you had you had the Van Basten, you had Schmeichel, you had Ruud Gullit, all of these guys, you know. I mean, what do you feel about having all the? Are they like invaders for you? Would you rather have your own?
No, I think it's good for the game. I mean, you look at Cristiano Ronaldo, and I think personally, English league's the best in the world. And if Ronaldo's running right like he does every week in the Premier League, then he can do it anywhere. But it's good because a lot of the international players have got a lot more flair and a lot more technique than what English players have. You look at England's probably only got Wayne Rooney and Joe Cole, who could match skillfully to any other players in the world. So yeah, I think it's silly if people want to try and get rid of the foreigners. I think it's good for the game.
But the good thing about United during that,
here next to us.
that's what I wish, yeah.
Giggs is a legend.
The good thing about United during that time as well, though, was that that was when they were producing your Nicky Butts, your Scholesies, your Beckhams, you know, Giggsy, the Neville boys, all that sort of stuff coming through, and still winning while playing against those internationals. And you just have one or two in with the United team, and it just sort of blended really well, didn't it? Especially when Cantona was there.
It's a massive academy, isn't it?
Yeah.
A massive academy at United, and there's loads of players. Like, we get to watch the reserve football, don't we, when we're at home and stuff, and there's loads of players coming through. It's just like what Fergie says, if you're good enough, then he'll give you a go, but Fergie's got to keep up with modern times, and Chelsea are buying everyone. And like I said, it's all getting bought by big backers back home and things like that. It's more of a business sense, really, so United have got to keep up with the times. But like you say, United with English players and stuff, I reckon they've got a lot of homegrown players in the side, like C. Scholes is, and Neville. We've got a few, haven't you? Just kind of thinking Rooney, obviously.
Who's that?
United with the English.
So did you ever rate Beckham? Did you ever rate Beckham? Because there's a lot of people there that don't rate Beckham at all, and said that he was overrated. But what did you guys think about it?
If anyone says to me they don't rate David Beckham as a footballer, then they haven't got a clue what they're talking about.
Yeah, well, there's been plenty said out there, especially when he came out here with LA Galaxy. They said that he wasn't a good footballer, it's just that he made a name for himself and he's still living off his name.
He wouldn't have played for Man United and Real Madrid if he wasn't good. So.
Exactly.
Ask Andy Cole and Dwight York how many goals they would have scored.
Van Nistelrooy as well.
That's why he lived off David Beckham. And the amount of free kicks that he put in. He worked so hard on his own game, David Beckham.
It's an enormity, it's an entity in itself, Manchester United, and you just have to look at Ferguson. Alex Ferguson has been there, 22 years or something like that, and he's still, got the goods, and he's still producing, and they're fantastic. I'm a big Man U fan, have been since I've been a little kid, so I got that. It is fantastic. They don't need to be Chelsea's, like you said.
No.
They do their talking with their football.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, well, let's do some more talking about the Premier League, and let's have a look at the results from round 14 of the Premier League. And we had a good win by Western Strikers. They defeated the Pirates, and Aylor Boulabek got a goal. He hasn't scored for about 4 or 5 weeks now, so great to see him.
He's on loan from us,
he's done well.
He's a good lad,
Panthers, you'd be happy with this team. Panthers 3, Noarlunga 0, with Rayner getting a brace and Wilkinson scoring there.
He's a good player, Brett. He'll be a very good player in a few years to come, Brett will be.
Fantastic. And then we had Adelaide Cobras 1, Adelaide Hills 4, so a big win there by Adelaide Hills. Jackson scoring for Cobras, and Bowman Pace getting back onto the score sheet. Nathan Elliott as well getting back on, and Gomez for Adelaide Hills. Cumberland sacked the coach and they get a win against Olympic. That's a massive win for Cumberland, 2-0. With Rocky Violi scoring there, young guy, a very good footballer, and Shane Thompson as well, so fantastic stuff. And this was the unbelievable result of the week, was Enfield City 2, Adelaide Comets 1, so that's bottom of the table, defeating top of the table, with Demi Parhas doing a great job there of scoring both goals, and Matsulis scoring for Comets. So as I said, that was an unbelievable result there. And you said on radio on Sunday, if that doesn't give him some sort of inspiration, don't know what would.
No, that's right. And Dougie still hasn't returned any of my text messages, Dougie, so...
well, he wouldn't, would he? That would be a big loss. I mean, top being defeated by bottom, nobody wants that.
I mean, the thing is with 4 games to go, and Dougie's a realist as well, he knew that, everyone was talking promotion, and he knows that nothing's guaranteed. They've now they've made it a little bit harder for themselves, and, hopefully they'll bounce back this week. But just getting back to the Panthers Noarlunga, I'm sure your mate, an ex-housemate, Darren, wouldn't have been too happy with that result.
Yeah, it's a bit of... I don't know really. I'd like to see Panthers do well, but obviously Daz is my best mate in Australia, so it's not good to see them getting beaten. It's looking tight down there at the moment.
Very tight it is. And let's have a look at that table, because this is a very interesting league. We look at this every week and we say how tight it actually is.